Good morning, everyone. This is Rithika Kumar from Chempaka International, ready to report global news for this week. On June 13th, Israel's parliament was set to vote on a new government led by Yamina head Naftali Bennett, ousting Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu from power after an uninterrupted 12 years at the helm of affairs. The former defense minister would be the prime minister for 2 years before handing over the torch to Yair Lapid. With a new government in power in Israel, Gaza's Hamas rulers have said that they will continue armed confrontation. However, things took a turn when Israeli aircraft carried out airstrikes on multiple targets in the Gaza Strip late on Tuesday night. The attacks were the first since Israel and Palestinian militant group Hamas agreed to cease fire on May 21st to end an 11-day war. The airstrikes were carried out in retaliation for incendiary balloons launched from Gaza that caused around 20 fires in southern Israel. In April, China raised tensions in Taiwan, the island nation it claims sovereignty over, by flying 25 planes over its airspace in what has become a regular habit of intruding into the country's air defense identified zones. On Tuesday, China surpassed this figure, flying 28 planes, the largest number since Taiwan began regularly reporting such actions last year. According to Taiwan's Ministry of Defense, China flew fighter jets, bombers, anti-submarine, and early warning aircraft over Taiwanese airspace. Scientists, after the biggest ever expedition to the Arctic, warn that global warming may have already reached the point of no return. The expedition, costing $165 million, involves 300 scientists from over 20 different countries. At the expedition, scientists found that Arctic ice is retreating faster than ever. The expedition that lasted for 389 days returned to Germany in October. Scientists collected data based on readings on the atmosphere, ocean, sea, ice, and ecosystems. North Korea's Supreme Leader Kim Jong-un on Tuesday said the nation's food shortage situation was getting tense due to poor weather conditions, the coronavirus, and failures in the agriculture sector. Kim Jong-un in January had announced a new 5-year economic plan which included increased food and metal production. The leader said that while the nation's industrial output saw a 25% increase, the food production lagged. North Korea officially hasn't reported any cases of COVID-19, but closing its borders in a bid to keep the virus out has dealt a heavy blow to the economy, as North Korea does considerable trade with China, with whom it also shares a border. India extends a $100 million line of credit for solar energy projects in Sri Lanka on Wednesday, and this is the first major step forward in the relationship between the two countries ever since Sri Lanka cancelled the East Terminal Port Agreement in February. The money will be used to construct rooftop solar system, which is estimated to have a generation capacity of about 60 megawatts, according to an official statement. Apart from the large-scale use of solar panels, Sri Lanka will also build a floating power station. China launched a 3-man crew for the first space station mission on Thursday. The 3 astronauts, Ni Haisheng, Liu Boming, and Trang Hongbo, will be on board the Tianhe space station for a 3-month stay, traveling on the Shenzhou 12 spacecraft, which was launched by a Long March 2 FY-12 rocket from the Jiuquan Launch Center on the edge of the Gobi Desert. They're expected to carry out experiments, test equipment, conduct maintenance, and prepare the station for receiving 2 additional modules next year. The number of people infected with the coronavirus is increasing rapidly in England, doubling every 11 days, which coincides with the Delta variant of COVID-19 becoming dominant in the country, a new study reports on Thursday. The Imperial College London led real-time assessment of community transmission analysis based on over 100,000 home swab tests taken between May 20th and June 7th, estimates that 0.15% of people have the deadly virus, or roughly 1 in 670. Hong Kong police on Thursday morning arrested the chief editor and 4 other senior executives of the pro-democracy Apple Daily newspaper under the national security law, and they were searching its offices, media reported. Apple Daily is known for its strong pro-democracy stance and often criticizes and condemns the Chinese and Hong Kong governments for tightening control over the city. The arrests and police search are the latest moves by Hong Kong authorities in a crackdown on dissent in the semi-autonomous Chinese city, following months of anti-government protests in 2019. And this marks the end of the world news. This is Rithika's Kumar signing off, and we shall all see you next week. Thank you.